You guys to hear and see this. Now, I'm not going to agree with this, but I understand both sides, and a lot of people understand both sides or care to understand both sides. Now, this lady may really truly be a racist. I don't know, but she definitely may be. On the other hand, there are people that feel this way and think this way and technically not a racist but has experienced some bullshit. Now, I've been I can basically call Florida home. I can basically call it home. I've been there, I go there ever since I was a little kid. So yeah, I can call it home. And it's not just Florida, but there's plenty of other states where there's plenty of times I went into a store to ask for help. To ask for help. And I was greeted with someone that didn't speak not one lick of English. I even once had someone above me didn't speak not one lick of English and did not have the qualifications to have the position that they had. But since they knew someone higher and they just came to America, they got the job. Now, let me keep going. This also pushes a lot deeper because there's plenty of times I was also in stores, asked for help, and was greeted in the sense of, you no speak any español? Like I am supposed to speak your language in my country. It doesn't work that way. We as Americans can't go to their country and do what they do. We can't. We can't go to their country and get these high ranking positions, high ranking jobs, and not know any Spanish. And even if we did know Spanish, most likely we will still not get it. What a lot of these people do to them may not be for the same reasons. They may actually be racist. But again, what this lady has done to this other lady, which was uncalled for, they actually do it to us in our own country. But no one is saying that. No one is speaking on that. There's plenty of times, just like that small example I gave, going into a store, asking for help, and the workers is looking at me and berating me about not knowing Spanish just because I'm in Florida. When has Florida become part of, well, you know what? Let me not, because Florida is basically now the South Cuba or South whatever, but I guess it's not part of the U.S. no more in reality. But whatever. I just wanted to vent and rant because it seems like everybody is always getting mad at people by saying speak English, speak English. But the Spanish people are doing the same to us in our own country. Speak Spanish, speak Spanish. But no one is saying anything. The U.S. has completely bent over and took the dick of whatever country that wants to come here or the people that wants to come here. We sending billions out when we need billions to come in. We're sending billions out for other people when billions are needed here for our people. We have signs in Spanish. We have this and that in Spanish. We have customer service in Spanish. Everything in Spanish. But when we go over there, there's basically nothing in English. Nothing. But no one isn't saying anything. No one wants to say anything. Because if you say something, then you're marked as, what? A racist. Now, again, I don't know what this lady problem was, but I definitely understand part of what she's feeling.
Your comment was racist and it had nothing to do with using the restroom. I hate Mexicans. It's true. Awesome. There it is.
Alright, so just an update. I did finish watching the video, and in this case, it is a racist. It is. Like I said again in the first video, people have their, their own little reasons to why they say it. Hers was just being racist. Mine's, I'm just bringing light to two different sides, because I understand it to a certain point. Now that racist shit, nah, I don't. But the other areas of it, I definitely understand. Because again, it's happened to me multiple times throughout my life, over and over. I need some assistance, I need help. I can't get it because they don't speak English, or they question me or look at me or criticize me for not being bilingual or speaking Spanish. And to be honest, I do speak a little Spanish. I understand it more than I can speak it. But that's besides the point. It actually doesn't stop there. There's so many examples of why people do or say what they do. I've never done it to anyone. Just like, oh, don't speak Spanish in my, yeah, like I have not done it and taken it that far. But there is times where I would walk. You're speaking English, all of a sudden you walk in and they switch up to Spanish. And there's a video that was online where it was this African American lady. The same thing happened to her. She's a popular, if you want to call her an influencer, but she speaks Spanish. Same situation. She walked into a place. All of a sudden they start speaking, Spanish, from English to Spanish, and come find out she speaks Spanish, and they were actually started to talk about her when she came in, and that's what they really do. So that's why I understand it a little bit more, because I've been put in that same situation. Now, I don't speak it, and the reason I really don't speak it is because I'm shy with it. I'm not a shy person, but when it comes to that, it's just I don't want to sit there and pronounce things wrong and sound like an idiot. So I never really took the time to really speak it to that point. But if you know what Tex-Mex is, and if you know what Spanglish is, it is actually sort of real. And that's how I picked up on Spanish, uh, is learning through those ways. But yeah, so that's why a lot of people, they flip out. Now it's not right. I've never done it. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of other people that's never done this. But you know how PCs are. They're gonna do what they do, and they're gonna do what they do best, and that's be racist. So, but that's just the other side. Um, and many of us have experienced that. We get in English, all of a sudden we walk in Spanish, and some can't pick up that people are talking about them. But then there's instances where people have, like myself, and like this influencer I was telling you guys about. It's a black lady, skinny black lady. I can't remember her name, but her story is it's on the internet. She made a viral video about it too herself. And there's other people that I know that's experienced the same thing. But again, the only ones that really take it this far is the people we're looking at right now in this video. Quick disclaimer about that last statement that I made about going from English and then switching to Spanish, and come to find out they're talking about you. That's not the case all the time. That is a case some of the time, but not all the time. So I just want to let you guys know, and not all Hispanic people are bad. Not all the Hispanic people be on that foolishness, but the ones that are, you know who you are.